Double cheeseburger challenge. The next 3 weeks I'm going to be eating a double cheeseburger or equivalent every single day, and I'm going to be losing weight just to show you that it is possible. There are too many people out there that still think you can't eat these and still lose weight. People who take the pickles out of their burgers. Animals. So that was me on my first day setting out to eat a double cheeseburger every single day for 21 days straight. I had a rough idea of what was going to happen, but to leave no room for speculation, I was tracking all of my food, including the burger, throughout the process. The general rule of the challenge was that I was going to be eating a McDonald's burger every single day with the goal of losing weight. Now, before we get into how the challenge went, I want to get into why I started doing this challenge. Before people start saying that, oh, I'm promoting eating McDonald's, I'm not promoting eating McDonald's, and I have not been paid by McDonald's. I'm not promoting that you eat McDonald's every single day, and I really want to make that clear. I'm not saying that McDonald's and double cheeseburgers are healthy, and I'm not saying or suggesting that you should eat McDonald's every day or even every week. The reason why I did this challenge and why I'm making this video is to prove and show to you that you can include foods like double cheeseburgers and other foods that you love into your diet, whilst making progress towards your goals, and specifically fat loss. So you can celebrate a friend's birthday and have a slice of cake. So you can enjoy a mince pie at Christmas with your kids without having to feel guilty, shameful, or have any kind of anxiety around your food. Maybe even go out with your partner on a date night and not be worried about what you're going to order, thinking that you're going to ruin your progress. To show you that you can lose fat and still enjoy food and enjoy your life and not feel guilty and full of shame. That's why I'm making this video, and that's why I started this whole challenge. Another reason why I started this challenge was this comment here. This comment was left on another video I made, which was talking about how you can eat bread and you can lose weight. Because bread is just yet another one of the foods that the fitness industry has made bad and has demonized over the years for making you fat. When just like every other food, you can include it in your diet and lose weight. But this comment was left saying that this is stupid. It's like how it's saying you could eat a McDonald's cheeseburger every day and still lose weight. Stop saying stupid stuff. All I thought, challenge accepted. And hence the birth of the double cheeseburger challenge. I started this challenge at 80.8 kilos. Now, a lot of people were speculating that I would have to do a lot of exercise to burn off the calories from the burger. I just want to state that this is a really bad way to view exercise. I didn't change any of my exercise throughout this entire process. I would strength train 3 days a week, which was normal for me. And in that time, I had a high rock simulation plan and I ran a half marathon with a friend of mine. But outside of those things, I didn't do any other training outside of the norm to compensate for the burger. I want to clarify that you shouldn't be exercising as either punishment or reward for these types of foods. That creates an insanely unhealthy relationship with the food, but also with exercise. And it's one of the main reasons why so many people don't enjoy exercise. And when it comes to exercise, it really has very little impact into how much weight you're going to lose. When we look at how much energy we burn in the day, which is called our total daily energy expenditure, if you look at this chart, you'll see that only 5% at the top, which is what we burn from exercise activity thermogenesis. Without being fancy, the energy that you burn when you're exercising. Where if you look down here, you have NEAT, which is your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This is the amount of energy you burn simply from moving throughout the day. So people put way too much emphasis on the calories burnt throughout exercise, which is really unrealistic and we can't track them properly. You're going to have a much bigger impact just by getting out and moving more. The biggest thing that we can do to have the best results with our fat loss and have the biggest impact on that calorie deficit is to control how many calories are going in our mouth. So controlling the amount of energy that comes in, being in a calorie deficit. A comment that I got regularly was the size of the burger. It was small and it wouldn't keep anyone full. People stating that they would have to eat 5 to 6 burgers just to feel satiated. Which is fair enough, you're right. The burgers themselves aren't very satiating, they're not very filling. They're quite small and they're what we would call calorie dense. Compact size, but lots of calories, lots of energy inside. That's why around eating the McDonald's burger, I made sure that I was eating more satiating foods. Foods that are high in volume and foods that are high in protein. Foods that are high in volume and low in calories are the opposite to a burger, which is small but dense in calories. Volume foods are foods that take up a lot of room but have few calories in. Foods like fruits and vegetables. Along with that, I made sure that I was getting in a good amount of protein because protein is one of the most satiating foods you can eat. It takes longer to break down, so it keeps you fuller for longer. It wasn't that I was restricting what I was eating, I was just adapting what I was eating to align better with my goal of losing weight and to make the whole experience of being in a calorie deficit far easier and way more enjoyable. And most people see being in a calorie deficit and dieting as this really hard, horrible and stressful experience that you have to go through with the high expectations of being really hungry. And it doesn't have to be like that. Another reason why I chose McDonald's is because on average, McDonald's serves 3.8 million people a day. Now, I'm not saying that McDonald's double cheeseburgers or any other McDonald's product is healthy and it should be a staple of your diet. They shouldn't. The thing is, when we label foods as good or bad or morally right and wrong, we're actually doing way more harm than good. Demonizing McDonald's or any food as bad for you will likely cause more disordered eating, binge eating and yo-yo dieting. And that type of relationship with food will continue to contribute towards people struggling with being overweight and obesity. Now, by the halfway point, I had already lost 4 pounds, and some of that would have been water weight just from the initial deficit. Now, a lot of people in the comments were talking about how calories aren't everything. A lot of people didn't like the fact that I was doing this challenge, and they shared their opinions in the comments, of course. What I noticed was people seeing this at a very surface level and not looking deeper. Comments on how the burgers hold no nutritional value whatsoever, and we need foods high in nutrients to be healthy and to thrive, which I don't disagree on. We do. The majority of our diet should be comprised of highly nutritious food. But the point of this challenge and this video is to change people's perspective with food. Change the relationship they have with certain foods, and understanding how the psychology we have with our food has a massive impact on our health and ultimately us achieving our goals. If we label a food as bad and then we inevitably are going to eat it because these foods aren't going anywhere, then we feel guilt and shame, which for most people demotivates them and discourages them from continuing. And that is why binge eating and yo-yo dieting happens. By the end of this challenge, I had lost just over 6 pounds, and that's just in 21 days, all while eating a McDonald's cheeseburger or a Big Mac every single day. On the last 3 days of the challenge, I actually dedicated myself to only eating McDonald's for those 3 days. That is 3 days of every single meal of the day being McDonald's. Again, I really wouldn't recommend that, and it wasn't fun at all. 10 out of 10 wouldn't recommend to a friend. Because the food is dense in calories, it didn't keep me very full for long, so I was hungry throughout the entire day. But I really wanted to prove a point with this challenge, showing that you can include these foods in your diet and still lose weight, still make progress. Showing that even though I was eating a McDonald's burger every single day, and those last 3 days I was eating nothing but McDonald's, you can still make progress as long as you're in a calorie deficit. An example that I give a lot of people is if you eat salad once one day, that doesn't automatically make you skinny and healthy. And if you eat one McDonald's burger once one day, that doesn't automatically make you fat and unhealthy. It's what we do the majority of the time that has the largest impact. So again, this video isn't to promote that you should be eating McDonald's every single day to lose weight, and it isn't promoting that eating McDonald's every day is the best way to lose weight. As long as you're in a calorie deficit, you will still lose weight. One thing I did notice throughout the challenge is because of the increased salt intake from eating the McDonald's, I did get dehydrated a lot easier. I found myself more thirsty and having to drink more water, and even at times waking up with a little bit of a headache because I was so dehydrated. Now yes, I highly recommend that the majority of your food is nutrient-dense whole food, meats, vegetables, fruit. But that doesn't mean that you can't enjoy a slice of cake, a bar of chocolate, or a McDonald's. You can still make progress and you can still lead a very healthy life. You have an overall healthy, nutrient-dense, balanced diet and you chuck in a McDonald's here and there, it's not the end of the world. And it's safe to say that if you eat McDonald's for 3 weeks straight, you're going to be pretty fucking fed up with it. If you have any questions on what I've said in this video, please feel free to leave a question down in the comments. And if you feel like this has helped you in any way, hit subscribe. I'd love to make more videos to help you.